Hi folks, Slices here. There's a lovely little knife I've got to show you today. It's a limited edition, one of 300, that was produced by Moki in the year 2000. I got this in a trade from Congi's Knife Sales, and it's a very nice knife, and I'm very glad I got it. There is a wee flaw with it, and unfortunately I don't know whether the flaw was before I got it or since I got it. I didn't notice it at the time that it arrived, so I suspect it's since I got it, but I don't know quite how it happened or what happened. But it's still very nice. Comes in this nice little presentation box, and much as I'm not a big fan of fancy presentation boxes as a rule, I think they're an unnecessary expense, and they need to be kind of kept with the knife forever to preserve its value and so on. And sometimes I just think it's a bit over the top, but I do like these little Paulina wood boxes, and that's how this one came. I've only a few of these. The Rocksteads come in them, but then you'd expect them to come in something nice because they're very, very expensive. Now, I don't know what this one cost new. I would imagine if it was on sale from, Heine Haynes or something today, it would probably come in around about the 300, perhaps a little bit more, 300 to 400 pound mark. Partly that's just because Moki knives have gone up in price so much of late, unfortunately. Anyway, inside the box, what have we got? We have a beautiful little pocket knife. It's a small knife. It's got a sort of 6 centimeter blade, but it's exactly the size of knife that I used to carry back in my days as an office waller, when I wore a suit every day, and I used to keep a little knife in my jacket pocket, and I didn't want anything too heavy that would spoil the lines, and equally I wanted to be able to pull a knife out when there were other people around without causing any consternation or hysteria. Now, we're talking 21 years plus ago, and we didn't have the same knife restrictions that we have today, so a lockback was perfectly acceptable. I could have carried a much larger knife. I simply chose to carry a little one like this because this did the job, and it didn't upset anybody. Now, this particular one is, as I say, a lockback, and it has stainless steel liners, a stainless steel bolsters, and desert ironwood for the handles, but polished steel ATS 34 blade, stamped Moki on this side, stamped with the blade steel on the back. We'll have a look at that in a second. It's marked one of 300, and it has the Moki Handmade knives, established 1907, on the blade in gold, which is it is real gold. Not that that's a particularly expensive process. The expensive process is polishing steel on which to then plate the gold, and it is beautifully polished. It is a very attractive little knife, a nice little scalloped shape to the handle here, and the big USP of this knife is you've a brass inlaid feather pattern. Could be a leaf, but I would think it's a feather really, which is then inlaid with blacklead, mother of pearl, and abalone. Now, a little bit the abalone has come loose, and that's the thing. I don't know whether it was missing when I bought it or subsequently. I certainly didn't notice it when it arrived, but I was showing it to a friend the other day, and then I noticed that there was this little sliver missing. It's not in the box, so I don't know. I don't know what's happened to it. I think I would have bought it even if I'd known that there was a piece missing. So I'm not disappointed by it, and I certainly, because I never noticed when it arrived, I can't go back and say it was or wasn't damaged. I just don't know, and but it doesn't matter. It's still a very beautiful piece. It's still a very limited piece, and it will be. I won't be carrying it, so it's not going to come to any more damage. It will be going on display in my cabinet along with my other Moki knives. I think I have 5 or 6 now, plus I have a number of Falkneven knives which are also made by them. So anyway, yes, it'll be going on display. Yes, I prefer that it wasn't damaged, but it is. It is what it is. The only reason I haven't quite put it on display yet is I can't quite decide how I'm going to display it. I may have it in its box because it does look good in the box, but I haven't quite decided yet. The other thing that comes with it is this really nice little slip, which is in leather. It's beautifully soft leather, and it's nicely made. Let's pop that out of the way for a second. Move that before I cut myself, which I probably will do. It's got a little leather popper on the front, and on the back there's a belt loop. It's obviously never been on anybody's belt. Thing that I quite like about this, or I particularly like about it, it's part lined, but most importantly, it's lined on the inside of the front here, so that little press stud doesn't show through on the inside, but it also has this quite nice, open and flexible mouth to the slip, so that when the knife is in there, you can get in there and get a good grip on the handle, which is particularly relevant to me these days because my hands are getting worse and worse and worse. So you could put that in there, you could put it on your belt. I suspect that more likely it would just go in the pocket. Certainly that's what I would be inclined to do with it, and it would make a beautiful little the phrase is always overused, but a gentleman's carry. That's exactly what it would be and should be. This is genuinely a gentleman's knife, or it could even be a lady's knife with that little feather motif on it. It is a beautiful, beautiful little thing, beautifully presented, and it will take pride of place in my Japanese collection. As I say, these sort of knives are becoming very expensive to buy new. I don't think they have a huge appreciation on the second-hand market, but that's fine. That allows me to keep collecting them. I don't buy them for their ongoing value. I buy them because I like them and I want them in my collection. So as I say, I think this is my 5th of the little Moki knives, and as I say, I've also got 4 or 5 of the Falkneven knives that Moki have made for them over the years. So I think that's all really I have to say about that. It is a beautiful little knife. I recommend these if you can find them, but obviously watch out. I think Moki has a tremendous reputation for the beauty and precision of their fit and finish. Their inlays are beyond comparison. So for this one to have a little break in it is unusual, very unusual. But there we are. It is, as I say, beautiful knife. Thank you all for watching. If you like this stuff, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see some more, then please subscribe. 2,900 and something subscribers, so there is a danger, even if I don't produce any videos, we seem to be creeping up towards that 3,000 mark, slowly, but we had 4 or 5 a week. We'll get there. Thank you very much for watching. See you all again soon. Bye.